How are ye and welcome back to my channel. I have two things I want to say. The first thing is, yes, my background is different. I am at home with my family currently and I am filming my 2015, I keep saying that, it's my 2016 high-end favorites. And another thing I wanted to tell you guys is, because I'm not where I live or my home, I'm with my parents currently, I don't have all the makeup products with me. I don't know how I forgot. So whatever I did forget, I will put a little image of it here and I'll talk about it anyway. I packed it all up on Christmas Eve to bring over to my parents, and I just feel like when I was going through it there now that I just forgot one or two things, but we'll see. I hope you guys had an amazing 2016. I know I did. So many things happened this year, so many things I'm so grateful for, and particularly I'm grateful for all of you guys for tuning in, watching me, subscribing, commenting, being there, being able to allow me to do fantastic opportunities this year. I got to do so much and it's all because of you guys. I'm so grateful, and I hope you had the best year ever and that 2017 is even better. We're gonna put it up in lights. This year is gonna be the best year. You gotta say that every year, I think. So the primer that I was loving this year was the MAC primer. I will put a picture of it here. Prep and Prime, that's what it's called. I love that primer. I'm getting a full size of it. I've used up the entire sample of it. I got about 4 or 5 faces out of it, and when I used it and when I placed my foundation on top, I just felt like it just looked amazing on my skin, really radiant. My foundation looked really youthful and glowing on my skin, and I really loved it. So I will highly recommend that primer to you guys. I'm definitely picking up the full size in the next week or two because it's just divine. I'm gonna move on to foundation now, guys. So foundation for high end, the one that stood out the most to me was probably the Clinique one. This is the Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. This was everywhere. Every time I turned on my internet, every time I turned on my laptop, somebody was talking about this online, on a blog, on YouTube. It was just one of those products. Every time I went in to get my shade, I would get like a little sample, and when I get home in my natural lighting or when I was in my own lighting, I just felt like it was either too orange or it wasn't like showing up nice on my skin. Sometimes it even looked a bit grey and then others looked pink. I don't know why I was finding it so difficult to get my perfect colour, but I did eventually. I did a first impressions of this and I will have that video linked down below. The colour that I actually got was 8 Golden Neutral, so it's a neutral tone and it's golden. I really like this foundation. I used it today. I absolutely adore this. I highly recommend it to those of you who've never tried this foundation before, and this held its own throughout the whole day. It was amazing. One of the most outstanding foundations all year. Good work, Clinique. You brought in an amazing foundation. This next foundation I absolutely adored this year, and it was my Marc Jacobs. I don't use it that much because it's hella expensive, and not only being expensive, it's quite difficult to get here in Ireland. What is my hair doing? Cracking me up. I use a shipping service GoSend to get it to Ireland. I'm in the colour number 44 Golden Medium. It's a little bit light actually during the summer. Right now it matches me fine. I'll probably wear this out over Christmas. It is quite dense. It comes with a dropper applicator. Use a very light hand with it. I find the more you apply of this foundation, you shouldn't apply too much of it, but the more that you do apply of it, it will start to sink into your fine line. I find it particularly a problem in between my brows. That is the only issue I have with it. I did see someone else talking about it and they were saying that they can't wear it at all, that they're only like 24 and that it's like sinking into all their fine lines. So even in your 20s, we still have this problem, guys. I would not go with this foundation if you have any deep smile lines or deep creasing on the face, because it will sink into them and emphasize them. But other than that, I would go with it. It's amazing. A good primer as well underneath will actually prevent it from doing too much of that seeping. But I love it. It doesn't seep too much on me, just in between my brows where I have a lot of expression going on. The next product for face is from Laura Mercier, and this is the translucent powder. Everybody and their mother and their mother's dog and their cat has talked about this product. I don't know exactly when it came out, but I know it's been on the go for a while. Everybody talked about it. Baking was huge in 2016, so this was the product to bake with. This is amazing at setting your under eye area if you just pat it on and brush it off straight away. I also found this great for setting cream contour. It is perfect on the skin. It's an amazing consistency. It's not too thick, not too thin. It's great when you have a little bit of oils that you may need to kind of blot throughout the day. I love it. I cannot believe it's taken me so long to discover Laura Mercier, but I went with a good product, I think. There was so many concealers out this year. I feel like the high-end market went crazy with concealers. I mean, Tarte brought out concealers, Too Faced, concealers coming out your ears. Every brand had brought out some sort of concealer this year, but there was two that I loved the most this year, and the first one I want to talk about is the Born This Way from Too Faced. Too Faced were so kind to send me the whole range of the Too Faced Born This Way concealers, and I fell in love. I have this one on my eyes today, which is a little bit too light, I will say. This is the colour Light. They have a gorgeous consistency. They have coconut milk enriched in them. They don't crease. I was going to say they don't blend. They blend really well. They don't crease. They last all day. They don't break down. I am highly impressed in these. The packaging is so sleek. It's great. I love the smell of them. The wand is amazing. Everything about these. These were just one of the most outstanding concealers in my book this year. The next concealer that I absolutely adored this year was the Naked Skin concealer from Urban Decay. I am not sure if this came out this year or it came out last year, but I only tried it this year and it's been my fail-safe concealer this year. I've actually used this up. It's almost gone. I'm scraping the edges of it. The doe foot wand is amazing on it because it's flat, so you can use, I don't know if you can see that or if it's evident, you can use like product under this eye and then flip it over and use product under that eye. It's a really good invention actually when it comes to doe foot wands, just because it's easy to spread the product onto the skin and it blends out like a dream. No creasing, nothing like that. It really brightens up the under eye area and I just love it, and it doesn't break down. Like, INGLOT came out with so many products this year, like so many, but some of the products that I really enjoyed, and these came out near the end of last year. I think they were sent to me around Christmas time, but I didn't get a chance to try them until around Valentine's Day or somewhere around then. But they're cream concealers, well, they're actually cream foundations, but I use them as for contouring and stuff like that. So they come in tons of different colors. I have dark ones here. These are the ones that I use to contour with, and then I have a lighter one, as you just saw, for brightening up certain areas of my skin, and then I have one that is more my tone of like for foundation. So what I usually do with this is I will literally like draw on certain areas of my face where I want it light, where I want it dark, and I will blend it all out with a big beauty blender. These are fantastic products. They're so compact. They're really high end and sleek looking. I just feel like they brought out so many amazing products this year, but these are definitely one of my favorites. I really enjoyed these. I mentioned in my drugstore favorites that there were like two blushes that I was in love with this year, and they were the only blushes that I used, and they're my biggest loves ever. And the first one is MAC's Warm Soul. Guys, this blusher, I don't know what it is about it. It's such a basic blush, but it just transforms amazingly on my cheeks. I have it on today. It's just this gorgeous like neutral pinky, I don't know if you can even see it. It's like a tan shade. I don't know what it is about this, but I absolutely adore this on my cheeks. I think it is beautiful. The other one that I really love, or have loved since the summer, has been NARS's Madly. They're quite close. NARS's Madly is more matte. Warm Soul has a tiny bit of shimmer in it but doesn't show up in the cheeks. These two blushers, they're neutral, they're basic, but they go with every single look, and I just love them on my cheek. NARS's Madly and MAC's Warm Soul are just about the only blushers that I was using and reaching for all year long. I'm surprised I haven't hit pan on that. I use it every day. Now this is a product that I got last year, but I didn't really dig into it too much, and this year is kind of when I really fell in love with it, and it's the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. I think everybody knows what this looks like as well, and it's really popular. A lot of people use this, and I picked it up last year using a shipping service before Kat Von D came to Ireland. There's 3 shades in it for contouring. I can't use that one at all. No matter how dark I am, it just comes up like really muddy on my cheeks for some reason. But I use the middle shade because it is perfect on my skin. Perfect. Blends out so well. It's really creamy. The texture of it's amazing. I love it. And then you've got your 3 highlight shades. So I use the banana shade or this light shade down here to set underneath my eyes. It also brightens. It stops them from creasing. I just think the palette, all in all, is one of the best creations. It has been my ride or die. I've loved it. The next face product is a highlighting palette, and it's this one here from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is their original glow palette. I know a lot of people have the 2 new ones. I have no idea what they're called, but this is called That Glow. These highlights are just divine. I remember when I saw this, I was like, wow, how am I ever going to wear that? But you do make it work. Like, you can make this work, especially on the collarbones or something like that. It is very pretty. But these two shades at the bottom, Bubbly and Dripping in Gold, I mix them all the time together and just place them on all over the place. They're on my cheeks right now. I absolutely love this palette, and it's a must-have for any of you who love highlighting, especially since you get 4 products in one palette. It's easy to travel with, and you don't have to think about your highlight because it's just right there. So it's right there. The other highlight product that I really liked this year was this one from Laura Geller, and it's called Gilded Honey, and I just love this. So again, beautiful for the cheekbones. Can we just appreciate that? Like, hello highlight. It's super golden, it's super pigmented, gorgeous on the cheekbones. When I first got it, it took me a little bit of time to get any product out of it because there's like an overlay almost on it, but once you break that down, it's like pigmentation all over the face, glittering and looking like something that was descending from the gods. It's beautiful. And the final highlight product that I want to talk about is from Becca. This is Champagne Pop. Everybody and their mother and their father and their son and their brother and their dog and their sister and everybody has used this. Mine is broke. I actually need to use some rubbing alcohol to fix it. I've seen a lot of people say that about Becca's highlighters. They're so delicate and sensitive, so just be careful with them. Don't talk too loudly around them or they will crack. I don't know if you can see it, so that's it, kind of glistening there. They kind of look the same, Gilded Honey and that one, they're on the back of your hand. But it is beautiful, very, very special. It's very buttery and creamy, and that's why it was so delicate and it did break. Those 3 highlights have been my everything this year. And the final thing kind of for the face is my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. I'd never purchased this before. Everyone was talking about it and I was like, do I need it? Do I not? But I wanted something maybe for the daytime where I'm wearing maybe lighter makeup, but I still wanted to hold up and my oils to stay back. This works so well. It really, really does keep your makeup in place, especially if you are going to be wearing it all day or wearing it all night. It works incredibly well. And then I just want to talk about one brush, and it is my NARS Ita brush. Oh my god, I have lived for this brush this year. I bought it about June maybe, or May, somewhere thereabouts. I don't know how I lived without this brush. I don't know what I contoured with before this brush. Never will ever regret purchasing this. It fits right underneath the cheekbone, so you get a lovely contour. It chisels out my cheekbones and keeps the product exactly where I need it. It doesn't blend it halfway down my cheek or blend it all the way up there. It just keeps it very, very localized, and it's just a really good brush. It's expensive, but in my opinion it's worth it and I would buy it again. So next, let's move on to eyes. In 2016, Kylie Jenner blew up the internet with her KYshadows, with her lip kits, with everything. And I gave in to some of the hype. Some of the products weren't interesting to me and I just didn't bother with them. Some of the products turned out to be amazing. Some were complete and utter duds. But 2 products that I did really, really enjoy from her were definitely one of her palettes, and I will talk about that in a minute. But these products here, these are her cream eyeshadow bases. Oh my sweet god, these are divine. This color is rose gold and I wear this quite a lot. Just look at that. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. I'm sorry, my lighting is crap in this room. The other one is copper, and that's it there. Just look at those shades. They're so pigmented. I don't know if you can see them there. They are beautiful on the eyes. They're so creamy. They blend out really, really well. And any shadow you put down on top of these really, really pops. She did a great job with these. I really wish she would bring out more and keep them out, if that makes any sense, because anytime she does bring them out, they're usually limited edition, so I feel like I have to get them. And then if I talk about them in a video, sometimes you guys can't get them. That's kind of crap. I don't like that. I like if they were just permanent, so then I can use them and talk about them all the time, and you guys know that you can pick them up and recreate whatever looks I use with them or whatever it may be. And the other thing from Kylie that I really enjoyed this year was her KYshadows. This is the burgundy palette. This is the palette that stood out for me out of her entire collection, and I'm not featuring it because I have to feature Kylie, if that makes any sense. I'm featuring it because it was a palette that I've reached for a lot in 2016. It's just a gorgeous palette. Even the colors scream Aisling, because I just love those kind of warm, reddy, kind of burgundy tones. Anything kind of purpley either, I like that as well. The only thing that's missing is the black. One of these two would be much better being black, but I'm not going to go crazy about it. I think the palette was great, well formulated, definitely more pigmented, definitely more creamier, butterier shadows. compared to her first one, the bronze palette. I would highly recommend this over the bronze palette. This is way better than the bronze palette, more pigmentation, and I didn't really have a palette that was totally identical to it, so I just felt justified in buying it. I love how I say that and then I pull out this palette, because you're going to be like, Aisling, they're like completely the same palettes and you can get the same looks from both those palettes. I know, guys, okay, I had a thing for burgundy during 2016. I'm not gonna lie, those shadows were killing me. I loved them, but this palette, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Renaissance palette. Look at this. I'm wearing it on my eyeballs today. I wear it on my eyeballs most days. If I could get away with it, I would probably wear this in every single tutorial, but that would get a bit boring and monotonous. It has been the best palette of 2016, bar none. I know I said I like the KYshadows. I did like that. I do like that palette. This is like a person who is very talented but doesn't know how talented they are. Like, look at this orange shadow. They're just amazing. The pigmentation and the golds. I just love it. I just really, really, really genuinely, absolutely loved this palette. It's not pretending to be something it's not. It's not trying to have things it doesn't have. It has everything that you will need, and even though there's no black in it, I never ever say, why is there no black in it? But I do with the KYshadow. I don't know why. I feel like there's something missing from that this one has. I just love this palette. I think Sephora have restocked. I know it might be on Beauty Bay. I know I got mine on Cult Beauty. I will link down wherever you can get it. If you can get your hands on it, pick it up. Speaking of black eyeshadows, one that blew my mind this year, and it was a total fluke that I got it because I was so lucky to actually get to work with Beauty Bay this year, and they sent me this black eyeshadow. This is from Natasha Denona. It's called the Blackest Black Matte Eyeshadow. Like, wow, just look at that. It's not a grey black. It's not a kind of muted black. It is a black. Like, when you put this on your eyes, it's intense, it's deep, it's dark, it is as subtle as a brick. It is very, very in your face and deep and pigmented. You need no other black eyeshadow in the world other than that. It's even darker than Corrupt from Makeup Geek, and I didn't think there was anything possible to be darker than that. Can I just, yeah, look at it again? Yeah. Next I want to talk about two Inglot pigments. One's upside down. This year I delved into Inglot pigments over and over and over and over, and I picked up so many this year. They came out with so many collections, but these two are my favourite. Now, I don't know if I got this at the end of last year or the beginning of this year, so if I mentioned this in my last year's favourites, forgive me. It needed to be mentioned again. This is number 115. It's like this like creamy pinky kind of glitter. Oh my god, wait, you see this? It's actually a pigment. It's not quite a glitter. It's a dazzle shadow. I don't know if you can see that on the back of my hand. I have so much stuff going on there, but can you see that? Can you see that? Look at that. There it is. Look at it. Imagine that in your eyeballs. And I have been wearing it on my eyes a lot, and I wore it during the summer, like tons and tons and tons. And everybody was saying how beautiful it was, and I really appreciate it. The other one, I don't know if I'm going to swatch it. It's on my eyes. Here, I'll just give it another swatch. Sure, why not? And this is one of their newer ones they came out with late in the year. I think it came out in November, and that's it there. So you can see it there. It's a gold shade on my eye. It's number 124. Both of these, 115 and 124, lifesaver pigments. If you want to pick up anything from Inglot, go with these. Just pick them up. You will not be disappointed. In 2016, tons of brow products came out from Benefit. I mean, they had an entire huge collection of brow products, and two of my favorite brow products this year actually came from Benefit, which is very strange. The first one is the Brow, and it's this little pomade, and you get a little brush in the lid. Oh my god, I love this. Let's trim my brows right now. I thought it was too light because it's in shade number 2, but I feel like if I went a shade darker, it would be way too dark. The other one is the Goof Proof Pencil. It comes with an angled pencil, so it's great at getting right up to the thicker parts of the brow, and then you just flip it and then you can get right into the skinnier parts of your brow. And then there's a brush in the other end, so it's just really, really good getting precise brows. These changed the game for brows for me this year. I'm not a fan of my brows. I hate them, you guys know that, but with these two products I just felt like I was able to achieve something half decent with my brows. Another brow product which I felt was very, very good this year, and I just felt like there wasn't enough talk about it, was actually the Inglot Brow Shaping Mascara. And even me, I forgot about it. Ooh, yeah. I even forgot about it myself later in the year because I was just so preoccupied with other brow things that were coming out. But the brow mascara from Inglot came out earlier in the year, and I would highly recommend this if you want to pick up something for the brows. So finally, I'm going to talk about the lips. lips, guys. I am moving on to lips. This year, lip products were basically liquid lipsticks, and more liquid lipsticks. Liquid lipsticks were everywhere in 2016, and I felt I needed to get on that bandwagon. Now, there were certain brands that I tried and I hated, and you never heard about them. But there was certain liquid lipsticks that I tried, and I'm going to talk about them right now because I loved them. The best ones, in my opinion, are these from Dose of Colours. Yeah, that's what they look like there. I bought so many. These aren't even all of them. I think I nearly have the entire range. But some of my favourite ones were this one here in Stone, this colour here in Desert Suede, and this one here in Mood. They are just beautiful, and the pigmentation of these. The thing that I love about them is that they are not drying. That's Mood there. I wore Desert Suede in a video and everybody went crazy for it there, like about April. That's it there, right beside Mood. And then Stone. No money in the world could buy that colour Stone because it was just out of stock everywhere this year, everywhere. It was impossible to get. I got it during a restock. I was delighted to get my hands on it. It is a beautiful colour, but it's definitely not worth like trying to kill each other trying to get into the queue to buy this. So I know when it went on sale, everybody was like rushing over to Dose of Colours website to try and get this. I need to try some of their lip glosses because I hear great things about them, so I definitely want to give them a whirl. And then the last kind of high end, I'm going to call them high end because these are €25 for a set, liquid lipsticks, are from Kylie Cosmetics. My favourite colour being Leo that she brought out this year. Oh my god, it's beautiful. I will give you a little swatch here in the back of my hand. It is insanely beautiful. Now, it has the tendency to go a little bit patchy, so just do be careful with that. It smells like cupcakes. Oh, it's amazing. And the other two shades I really enjoyed were Mary Jo K and Exposed. Exposed is beautiful. Like, anytime I wear this, people are like, wow, your lips look amazing. I don't know if you can see that there. It's kind of like an orangey brown. So the red one is Mary Jo K. Isn't that just beautiful? It's like a blood red colour, but it's still very classy. Oh, just insane. These are beautiful. They're not patchy. This was limited edition, that's why it's in that packaging, but it is permanent. It was just the packaging. Like, they don't dry out my mouth is what I'm trying to say. I think they look really pretty on. They're kind of expensive for what they are, but you're buying a brand as well, don't forget. But I would definitely repurchase them. I bought these for my sister for her birthday as well, and she really enjoys them, so I think that they're great liquid lipsticks. I highly recommend them. For lipsticks, there's two lipsticks that I really loved this year, and if I could talk about these enough, I would. And I probably mentioned these last year, and I don't even care because these are the two lipsticks that I have loved this year. The first one is from INGLOT and it's in the colour number 413. Anytime I wear this, usually with a darker lip liner, everyone's like, your lips are beautiful. What is that nude lip on your lipstick? What is that nude lipstick you're wearing on your lips? Even like trying to swatch this, it's such a dry lipstick. Do not wear this when your lips are chapped because they'll just look horrific. It's extremely dry, so well moisturized lips, apply this onto it with a nice dark lip liner. It looks beautiful. The other lipstick is this one here from YSL in Beige Tribute. Been through the ringer. I had to pick up a second one. I love this lipstick so much. There is nothing that I can say negative about this lipstick. That's it there. Anytime I wear it, it just looks amazing on my lips. Actually going to put some on right now. Anytime you guys see it, you're like, what is that on your lips? It's just so pretty, so beautiful. It's like the most perfect pink. It is everything I want in a lipstick. It's not too ashen on your lips. It doesn't make your lips look dead. It gives a bit of life to your lips. It makes your lips look plumper. I just love it, and it's really creamy and it smells nice. I just love everything about it. It's just amazing. So whilst I was talking about liquid lipsticks being huge this year, another thing that's making a comeback are lip glosses. Yes, you guys, lip glosses. Now, two lip glosses that I really liked this year. One was from Too Faced. These are their lip injections. The two colours I liked is this one here, Milkshake. The second one I forgot to bring with me, but it's called Babe Alert, and I talked about this in one of my favorites during the year. I love Babe Alert so much. It's like a lovely peach shade. When you put this on your lips, they come alive. I love it. There's kind of plumping agents in it as well. If you don't like that, you may not like these. It might make your lips just feel a little bit uncomfortable. Well, I'm spitting on myself. If you don't like that, you may not like these lip injections. Kind of gimmicky, but I do really like them. And the last lip gloss, this came in just right there at the end of the year. I bought this when I was in New York. I've heard a lot about Marc Jacobs lip glosses, but never picked up one, and I picked up the colour Sugar Sugar, and wow, wow. When I saw this on the stands, I was like, wow, this is just like screaming at me. I was like, Aisling, buy me, please. Don't leave me behind. And I did. They were $24, $25, something like that. So they weren't outrageous in price, but the packaging is so sleek and divine. The color is amazing. I'm just going to pop this on. Why not? Why not? These are not sticky. They're not like tacky on the lips. They don't go gloopy. You don't get that kind of seam around the top of your lips or there's like too much product. They're just beautiful. They're really like creamy on the lips. They're really moisturizing. They smell amazing. I want to lick my lips every time I put them on. There's like a slight menthol taste to them. I just love them. I think they're great. I'm going to pick up more shades. I'm always about nude lip glosses. When I'm getting a lip gloss, I usually like to go with a nude or like a clear one so that I can put it on with anything. And this is definitely my favorite. Okay guys, that rounds it all up. We are done. I don't have any lip liners or anything like that because MAC lip liners, come on, they're my ride or die. I always talk about them, I always use them. They're the only lip liners that I always have, other than some of my affordable brands that you guys know about already. So that is basically it all. There was a lot of products in there. I think there was more than my drugstore favorites. If you didn't see that video, it'll be linked in the description bar down below, along with all of the products in this video and links to them. I'm losing my voice because I filmed like 4 videos today and they're all long talky videos. I hope you enjoyed it, and it's so exciting. We're now in 2017 and my birthday is New Year's Day and there's just so much going on this year. I'm so excited and I hope you guys are too. I love you with all of my heart. Thank you for your continuous support in 2016. I hope we have another lovely year together in 2017 and I cannot wait to talk to you in my next video. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Bye!